Hi everyone and welcome back to my channel. In today's video I'm going to show you how to crochet this beautiful branch stitch pattern. And yes, it's 100% crochet. This is a completely reversible pattern, meaning both sides look identical. The only real difference is the direction of the branches. If I flip it over this way, the branches point down. If I turn it around and flip it again, they're pointing down again. That's just a unique quirk of crocheting this type of stitch. The direction of those little braids changes depending on which way you're looking at it. Other than that, it's completely double-sided. It's also incredibly simple. The entire piece is just a one-row repeat that you keep working until you reach your desired length. On top of that, we're only using one basic stitch for the whole project. So, as long as you know how to do a yarn over slip stitch, you're good to go. Before we dive in, please make sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel and leave a comment down below. It really helps out. Now, let's get started. To start this pattern, you'll need a foundation chain in multiples of 6 plus 3 extra chains. I'd usually say those extra chains are for symmetry, but in this specific pattern they're actually used for a stitch offset. For this sample swatch, I'm going to chain 39. Now that our chains are ready, let's move on to row 1. Even though the entire pattern is a one row repeat, that single row is made up of multiple short row segments. As we work across, we'll first create a sequence of these short row segments moving from the right edge over to the left. Once we finish the row, we'll repeat that exact same sequence on the way back. All you need to master this pattern is the yarn over slip stitch and a neat little technique for joining the steps together. It's pretty standard, so if you watch my channel regularly, you are probably already familiar with it. Alright, let's begin the first segment of row 1. Start with a chain 1. We'll do a turning chain like this at the beginning of every single segment. Next, yarn over, insert your hook into the second chain from the hook, working into the back loop only. Pull up a loop and in one smooth motion pull it right through all the loops on your hook. That's your first yarn over slip stitch in the back loop only. Just a quick heads up, every single stitch in this pattern is worked into the back loop only to create that ribbed effect, so I won't keep repeating it or cluttering the written charts with it. Just remember, it's always yarn over slip stitches in the back loop only. If you want to experiment later, you can absolutely use other stitches. This pattern looks gorgeous with standard single crochets, regular slip stitches, or half double crochets, so feel free to play around with it. Let's do the next one. Yarn over, insert into the back loop of the next chain, and make your second yarn over slip stitch. And one more into the next chain makes 3. Now, chain 1 and turn. Yarn over, insert your hook into the second stitch from the hook and work 3 more yarn over slip stitches across. 1, 2, and 3. Our first short row segment is done. Now, chain 1 and turn again. This time we need to work 9 yarn over slip stitches. Yarn over, go into the second stitch from the hook and crochet. 1, 2, 3. This brings us right to our first step. We need to drop down to the foundation chain, but to avoid leaving a gap we have to do a join. Look closely right here at the turning edge. You can see a little bar or strand of yarn. Insert your hook into that bar and simultaneously grab the strand right next to it, so you have 2 strands on your hook. Now, yarn over. Insert your hook into the next chain of the foundation row and complete the stitch. This is our 4th yarn over slip stitch, which also acts as our join. that's 4. Now continue down the chain. 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. This segment is complete. Look at that texture. The back of the yarn over slip stitches creates this gorgeous braid that looks exactly like knitting. From this point on, we start the actual pattern repeat. This is a horizontal repeat that we'll just keep doing across the row. Here is the repeat sequence for this row. Chain 1, turn, yarn over, and work 6 yarn over slip stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Notice that we are leaving the last 3 stitches unworked at the end of this segment. Chain 1, turn, and now we work 12 yarn over slip stitches all the way back. Yarn over, start in the second chain from the hook. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now we're back at the step, so it's time for another join. Insert your hook into the bar from the turn and the strand next to it, yarn over, drop down into the back loop of the lower row and work the stitch. That join counts as stitch number 7. Keep going. 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. And that's one full repeat done. It's just 6 stitches in one direction and 12 stitches back. We're going to repeat this all the way across. Let's do it one more time together. Chain 1, turn, yarn over, and work 6 stitches into the second chain from the hook. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Chain 1, turn, and now let's do 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We've reached the step again, so pick up the 2 loops on the edge for the join. Yarn over, drop down into the lower row and work the remaining 6 stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Making 12 total for this segment. Keep moving across the row, repeating this 6 out, 12 back sequence, and I'll meet you near the end to show you how to finish the row. I've just finished my last full repeat and reached the far left edge of the work. Now we just have the last 2 segments left to smooth things out. I call this the row ending, and it's not a full repeat. Chain 1, turn, yarn over, and work 6 stitches across. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Chain 1, turn, and work 6 stitches right back. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Finally, chain 1 just to make the transition to the next row easier. Awesome! Row 1 is officially complete. We've worked our way from the right edge to the left edge. Now, to grow our fabric, we are literally just going to repeat row 1 word for word for the entire project. Even though the next row is technically row 2, it follows the exact same stitch counts and steps. Nothing changes. Since we already did our turning chain, turn the work, yarn over, go into the second chain from the hook. And remember how we started with 3 stitches? Let's do those. 1, 2, 3. Chain 1, turn and work 3 stitches back. 1, 2, 3. Chain 1, turn. Next up in our sequence is the 9 stitch segment. It's the exact same count as before, except this time you'll encounter more steps along the way, 2 steps instead of 1. The logic stays exactly the same though. Start in the second chain from the hook. 1, 2, 3. We've reached the first step, so do your join, drop down. 4, 5, 6. We're at the second step, so do another join, drop down. 7, 8, 9, chain 1, turn. From here, you're right back into the main repeat. 6 stitches out, 12 stitches back. Just keep repeating that sequence across the row. The only difference is that you'll be working over more steps as the fabric builds. So just remember to make your joins whenever you hit a drop. I'll meet you at the end of the row. Once you finish your repeats, do the row ending again. 6 stitches out, 6 stitches back, chain 1 and turn, and work 6 yarn over slip stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Chain 1 and turn, and again 6 yarn over slip stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Row 2 is done, and it looks identical to row 1. Row 3, row 4, and every row after will be exactly the same. Just keep repeating row 1 until your piece is as tall as you want it. After repeating this a few times, here is what the fabric looks like. Check out these gorgeous branches. Here's one side and here is the other. Completely identical, just pointing in the opposite direction. Once your project reaches the perfect size, say you're making a scarf and this is the width you wanted, you'll need to straighten out that stepped edge to finish it off. Luckily, the finishing row for this technique is super straightforward. We've done our turning chain and turned the work. Now, simply yarn over, go into the second chain from the hook, and work yarn over slip stitches all the way across in one continuous row. Whenever you come across a step, just do the exact same join we've been doing. No need to count stitches here, but just for reference, you should end up with exactly 39 stitches at the end of the row, matching our original foundation chain. If your count is off, a stitch might have slipped away somewhere. Just work all the way to the end of the row in one go, and as you can see, the edge becomes beautifully straight and clean. And there we go. The finishing row is complete. Both the top and bottom edges are perfectly straight and match beautifully. When you wear or style this piece, you'll want to orient it vertically, so the branches run up and down. Since it's completely reversible, it's the perfect stitch for projects like scarves, cowls, shawls, or blankets. The fabric turns out wonderfully lightweight and has a lovely, airy drape to it. If you prefer a denser texture, I actually have a one-sided version of this pattern that turns out a bit thicker. I'll leave a link to that video in the description below, where I share all my tips on how to make the stitch tighter. I really hope you enjoyed this tutorial. Don't forget to give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell, and drop a comment below. Thank you so much for watching and happy crocheting! Bye bye!